You're watching the Isaiah Factor Uncensored.
And welcome back to the second half hour, The Factor Uncensored. Thank you for joining us on this Thanksgiving Eve. Now, many of you will be sitting down Thanksgiving Day to watch professional football on television, and you'll imagine the glamorous lives that many of the athletes have, but you don't realize the obstacles they face to get there. We sat down with two retired players who are now devout Christians, and we asked, how did you stay on track? Let's get to it. First of all, for those who are wondering, how is it to have a Super Bowl ring, to have that in your jewelry case?
Man, it's a blessing, but it was it's cool. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, all right, cool, we did it, but like, man, you got a lot more life. Having family and stuff much is better. just as good, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things you look back, and in hindsight, it's such a beautiful thing, but in the moment, it's like, okay, we got this. Keep working, we're going for the next one. You can't dwell on it too much in the moment, but the memories, the being in the locker room, the teammates, the community, that whole build-up, the journey to get to it was the most, I think the most treasured part for me. Like, it's something that I really look back on and I'm like, man, once in a lifetime opportunity.
And when both of you left the pro career in football, you both landed in religion. Devout Christians, dedicated your life to God. What put you on that path? Were you already there, you played, and you continued, or what?
Man, that's a short segment, but long story short, my walk with Christ started, my mom, and that's where I'll start. My mom and my dad split when I was young, and that's when I saw my mom grow in her faith a lot, and so she would always instill that in us, but I just went to church, kind of prayed, said your grace. It didn't kind of stick. I didn't really come to know Christ until my senior year. I was a knucklehead in high school, had bad grades, but I started growing. I wanted to go play football in college, and I was putting all my eggs into that. So one game in high school, I was playing receiver at the time, jumped up, got flipped, fell on my neck, and went to the doctor. The doctor said, you might not play football ever again. And it took, but that was one of the biggest blessings because that was when I really dove into knowing who Christ is. And God basically told me, he was like, I have to be first if we're gonna go do this. And so from then on, it was just a journey. And then when I got to college, kept growing. But I would say in my senior year of high school is when I came to know Christ. And ever since then, it's been a journey.
And Marcus, for you?
For me, man, my grandmother and my mom were the pillars of faith in my life, and going to Sunday school as a young kid, going to church, those things stuck with me. And I think God just blessed me with a unique level of faith where I always truly believed it. I believed in Christ. I prayed at a young age, but I didn't fully receive it until I was 23 years old, when I really comprehended the importance of my lifestyle, the way that I talk, my thoughts, my words, my deeds, like taking everything with an integral piece of it and saying it's not about the world, it's how am I living to please God. And I say at that point in my life, God used football to bring me to him. I'm gonna be honest with you, from a worldly perspective, I always looked at football with the glitz and the glamour, the money, the cars, like the lifestyle that came with it. And it got flipped on its head. The route that it took for me to get to the NFL, going undrafted, numerous injuries, all the hardship, it really humbled me and it really helped me surrender. And I think at 23 was the time when I gave it all to God. And I always tell people, as a Christian, I think the biggest difference between us and the world isn't that we don't have the same issues. The biggest issue is, the blessing for us is we take accountability and we live in repentance and we continue to just surrender our flesh. So I'm going through the same thing anyone else is going through, but I'm willing to acknowledge it. And I'm not okay with just living in sin. I'm always trying to find a way to move better, do right by people, do right by myself, and live a life to please God. So that's what it is for me.
When you are professional athletes and you have everything at your beck and call there available to you, were you faced with challenges as a player? And what was that like, that challenge your faith as well?
100%. Like you said, I think one of the biggest misunderstandings is when you come to know Christ that all your problems are going to go away. And that's not it at all. bro. And man, I give credit to a lot of young dudes that are pro, because there's so much, especially in a big city like Houston. Like, to be honest, for example, when I first got drafted, there's people that don't even know you, hit you up, DM you or whatever. And to be honest with you, when it comes to girls, I'm been married for 7 years, and me and my wife, we were just about to get married when I had got drafted. But you're still faced with those temptations. You're faced with the temptations on how you use money, because now, like, I didn't grow up with bread. Now you have some bread to your disposal. Now it's like, okay, how do I steward this? What does that look like? How am I spending it? How am I tithing it? How am I, like, you know what I'm saying? Is this being used to build the kingdom? Bro, like, going out, clubs, just and I think one of the biggest ones is the temptation of fame. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people.
Everyone knowing your name.
Yeah, and that being like you getting all this attention. And it's like cool, but it's like that's not ours anyways. Everything, all the glory goes to God.
We'll be back with more conversation with Marcus and Derek in just a moment here on The Factor Uncensored. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. We're continuing our conversation with former professional football players Marcus Johnson and Derek Rivers, and how they have now devoted their lives to God. Marcus, your thoughts about the temptations you guys face as being a professional athlete, and were there times where you stumbled along the way?
Man, I was first generation to receive a scholarship in my family and to play football at a D1 college and to play in the NFL. It was things that I couldn't have been coached on, I couldn't have been taught, I couldn't have been prepared for. So, and the world puts a magnifying glass on you and they judge you in ways that they can't understand. So my journey, I stumbled plenty of times and I've struggled in a lot of different ways, but not only did I learn how to give myself grace, but I learned how to give other people grace, realizing the situations I was put in, the access to things that I have that I wasn't fully mature enough or ready for at that time. It really taught me that no matter what our struggles are in life, the key part of all this is grace. It's giving yourself grace and holding each other accountable in a respectful way and doing it the right way, but saying, look, only God could judge. You know, him without sin cast the first stone. Like, I have enough struggles in my life to look at somebody else's life and say, man, I don't know what you're going through. I don't know why you did what you did, but I'm gonna be praying for you. I'm not here to condemn you. I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to pray for you, wish the best for you, and hope that you get that figured out, because I believe no matter what mistakes we make, if we have a true repenting heart, there's still room for salvation while we're here on earth and while we're here breathing.
And are people open to hearing your journey and embracing their own journey as well, if you're talking to them not about sports but about religion?
I think it's the relatability, to be honest with you. Like, we're not talking at people, we're talking to you from experience, bro. Like, I had to deal with girls, I had to deal with drugs, drinking, like going out, all those like, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff you get faced with. And I think for somebody that may not know Christ, but they hear like, oh, you went through that too? Think about it, man. You go through something and somebody's like, bro, I went through that like 3 years ago. You ears open, like, okay, how'd you get through it? Right. What helped you? And it's like, it makes you more relatable, because sometimes if we approach it as like we have it all together, that's just a facade, man. Like nobody's gonna listen to you. You know what I'm saying? But if you've been through that and been through that mud with them, it's like, oh, I can listen to him, and you're more ears open. I remember that even as a player. You get a coach in there that actually played the position, man, that you like, okay, you did this. So you know it from an experiential like standpoint. And I think it's the same when we go walk. Now, I think also as human beings and able to learn, not everybody's gonna come from the same place you are, but they have wisdom that we can all learn and grow from each other. So there's a point of like receptivity that we have to have. But when you've gone through something that somebody's going through, and you can speak from experience in that place, it means a whole lot more than just like trying to preach at them, you know?
And for both of you right now, are you at the best place in your life as we wrap up? Do you see yourself? Do you feel like you're in the best place that you could be in your life right now?
I think I'm in a great place. I genuinely can say that. I think I'm in a great place spiritually. I think, you know, we've been blessed to play in the NFL. We've in 7 years and 8 years for you, in that time of being in the NFL and not even counting college, man, we've accumulated so many memories and so many experiences that people will never get to accomplish or even see. And I'm so thankful for what God has done. If he didn't do anything else, he's done enough. And I think because of that, I'm able to just live life and just trust him. Obviously, I don't know what's next for me. I don't know what's next. Like life after football can be hard like that. You've dedicated 20 plus years in a craft, and I'm 31 years old now, and I'm retired from that part of my life.
And Derek, I think you 31 too, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
so,
sir.
Beginning of your life too. When you look at somebody like me, you're at the beginning of your life. So, what's next for you?
Shoot, man, I don't know. Like I said, I just retired in August. Praying through it, I feel like.
Does that feel strange to say?
Honestly, playing football, no, cause man, them years is like dog years. So it's like trying to figure it out now. But I think, like I said, praying through it. Man, yeah, man, I don't know what that looks like, but we're gonna enjoy this weather until then.
There you go.